let's move on to more exciting topics. And that's the possibility of Aaron Nola playing for the Atlanta Braves. John Morosi, again last night, says that the Cardinals and Braves remain the two teams with the most interest in Aaron Nola. The Braves also could be in on Sonny Gray. Now, I think that's not in addition to Aaron Nola. I would think it's one or the other. So I would imagine Nola's choice number one, Sonny Gray's choice number two for Atlanta. So it's very much clear that they want, they don't want Bryce Elder pitching in playoff games in Citizens Bank Park. If they can trot out Max Fried and Spencer Strider and Aaron Nola, that is a pretty nasty big three, or Sonny Gray. So the team you're chasing in the division that is younger, probably more talented than you, but you've had the upper hand on them in the playoffs the last 2 years. It appears as though you're both going after two of the same guys, and that's going to make a very interesting free agent race here for the likelihood of Aaron Nola. I'd much prefer him to go to St. Louis and just see him every once in a while. Not that I would have chills down my spine facing Aaron Nola. But the last 2 years, he's shown you he's a pretty good big game pitcher late in the season. He's durable. He makes the Braves a lot better. So go to St. Louis, please, Aaron, and just avoid the NL East. That sucks because these rumors are just rumors, but it's clear the Braves want starting pitching help. It's clear they're the division winner back-to-back years. They might take one of your best guys. And then what happens? Is it Sonny Gray? Is it Blake Snell? Are you trading for Corbin Burns? The Milwaukee thing is interesting, and I saw a couple people in the chat talking about Devin Williams as well. He's also a 29-year-old closer for them. He's a really good pitcher. To get Burns and Devin Williams away from the Brewers, one, I think a lot of teams are going to be going after Burns, and two, I don't think you're going to get both of them because then you're definitely talking about, Mick Abel and some of your, probably top 5 prospects, but like probably 2 of your top 6 or 7 prospects have to go, if not more. And I would imagine the only 2 they really want to protect right now are Justin Crawford and Andrew Painter. We'll get into the top 10 prospect list because it just came out. And Griff McGarry's a guy that's out of the Phillies top 10. So he doesn't even have the same, trade possibilities as he did a year ago when he was a top 5 prospect with the Phillies. So We'll see what happens. But if the Braves get Nola, it's gonna suck. That just sucks because Strider, Fried, Nola with that lineup, and Iglesias now fully healthy for a year in that bullpen. Look, you've beaten them the last 2 years, but that team would be loaded.
They would be. And for anybody that missed our conversation in the show yesterday on Monday, we did talk about the rumors that the Atlanta Braves are actively interested in pursuing Aaron Nola. So just to recap you, we do know Aaron Nola projected to get somewhere around 6-year, $150 million type of a deal.
I think he's getting 200.
At least, but as we talked about in the show, 200 is more along what he's looking for. Sonny Gray on the other side, somewhere in the 4 range, 90 million or higher type of projection. And for both of them, Atlanta has been very active. Now, we saw St. Louis as we were getting into, especially like September, the rumors started swirling around them having interest in Aaron Nola. But as of late, it's been the Braves. And for Aaron Nola, if you had to choose between St. Louis or Atlanta, I don't think there's a tough decision there. But
go to baseball
we know
heaven.
the financial side is going to be a big part of it. Obviously, he's definitely looking for a contract that makes sense for him at 31. Durable. He might as well just change his name to Durable Nola at this point because that's been the key buzzword.
Wants.
Exactly. That's been the key buzzword for him. So the Braves having the interest of and being very active and wanting to add a quality starting pitcher, having Nola in their rotation would be scary. Lisa, to your point, you're saying you would cry and then Nola would be dead to you. I know you guys in the chat are saying you're not thrilled about that idea either. It would be tough to see Aaron Nola in a Braves
He's immediately
uniform.
an enemy of the state.
And on the other side,
he's a war criminal, enemy of the state.
On the other
I wish
side,
you the worst in life. Hopefully, stub your toe every morning.
Sorry,
you go sign with the Braves.
Sonny Gray has been someone that the Braves have been very interested in for years, going back to even 2018 that they've been having rumors of some interest in Sonny Gray. And Sonny Gray is a name we've also talked about on the show as a potential starting pitcher to add for our team, including the Phillies, and has been someone that's been rumored to be an interesting prospect to replace Aaron Nola. So Sonny Gray, similar to Nola, also older in his career at 34 years old to Nola's 31.
That's the big concern
and
there.
He has not been as durable, but he is a plug and play type of a guy that if you're looking to win now, especially if you already have, such as how the Braves have with already having, Max Fried, Elder, different starting pitchers that you already can rely on, Sonny Gray can be a guy that can come into the rotation for you. So both moves make sense for the Braves. And honestly, Atlanta's been one of the teams that have been the most active in terms of rumors that we've been seeing because they have openly been saying they're open to paying whatever it takes, basically, to be able to get the best starting pitcher to add in to their roster. So for each of these, I would prefer Sonny Gray to the Braves and not Aaron Nola. I do think, and Scott's agreeing with you, Jamie, saying Nola could go to baseball heaven or go to hell. It's that simple.
Yeah.
You don't go to Atlanta. That's just, it's a no-no.
Yeah.
You don't leave the Phillies to go to a rival in that sense.
So in our
I would love to see him go to St. Louis, but if Atlanta offered him the right deal, if I'm Aaron Nola and I'm in his camp, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, Rich Hoffman in our and if you haven't signed up for it yet, I really encourage you all to do it because Rich puts together a fantastic morning email, and in this morning's email, he talked about our discussion about Nola and the Braves yesterday, and he's like, I think I'm with Jamie that like it's absolutely disgusting, go to St. Louis, but at the same time, I have these thoughts of like, are we really scared of Aaron Nola? He's like, I think I'm more on your side that it sucks, but there are going to be some chesty Phillies fans that go out there and go, who cares? In the fourth inning, we're going to rock them. Or the second or third time through the order, we're going to rock them. Go give him $200 million. Is he really worth that? Blah, blah. So, it's an interesting thing. I think it would the Braves are the team I hate the most in all of sports just because they kind of ruined my childhood. Just year after year, and Steve Avery and those stupid lightning bolts shaved into his head. And Otis Nixon looked like the Crypt Keeper. And Terry Pendleton. And anyway, I hate the Braves. I've gone on that tangent before. If Aaron Nola goes there, it makes the rivalry awesome.
It does.
So,
it does.
While you hate to see it, at the same time, I'm kind of like, I love having a true rival that you hate. And if Aaron Nola goes there, it is so much fuel on the fire of the Braves' hatred. It's kind of fun. And I get what Rich is saying. If Aaron Nola has to come into Citizens Bank Park and he buzzes through the order, first time through, and it's the RAV4 fourth inning, and Citizens Bank Park is rocking, and the towels are going, and Aaron Nola's on the mound for the Braves, that is incredible sports theater. So maybe I'm siding with Rich a little bit, where I'm like, yeah, man, go ahead, sign with the Braves. You'll be a war criminal here in Philadelphia, enemy of the state, but it'd be kind of fun.
Well, the other thing that we talked about yesterday that was wild to think about is when you look back at 2014 at that draft of the Phillies, current players that were drafted in 2014, obviously not all to the Phillies, but someone like Aaron Nola, Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner, Rhys Hoskins. For Hoskins and Nola, they've been through and through Phillies. And as you talk about, it would suck because it'd be weird, but it would make for a great, in terms of rivalry and storyline.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Awesome storyline if Aaron Nola does go to Atlanta, because remember everybody in the postseason at Citizens Bank Park, let's go Nola, all the Nola chants, everybody rallying around Nola, the tip of the cap. It almost is setting us up for the sequel, which we thought was going to be Aaron Nola to St. Louis. But if the sequel is Aaron Nola to Atlanta and now the tables turn and instead of cheering for Nola, Citizens Bank is cheering against Nola, it absolutely makes it fun. Plus, we all know what you're going to get from Aaron Nola. Yes, he's durable, but we all know what that fourth inning brings. That's the run-em-up fourth inning against Nola. So it would absolutely bring up a great rivalry extension of taking the rivalry to a whole new level.
Yeah, it'd be great.